Let me talk about Pregame, because a lot of people bring up Pregame, especially in the wake of Iron Lung. So people are always asking, oh, does the success of Iron Lung mean Pregame is back on the table? Where's Pregame? I haven't heard any updates about Pregame. Pregame, yeah, you know, it's still where it's always been. There's a script. We wanted to find a studio to fund the production, and we haven't been able to find that for various reasons. We've come close a few times. We left a meeting and got a lunch, high-fiving each other because we were like, this movie's getting made. And then got a call later that week being like, it's a little too similar to something else we're making, so we can't do it. Issues with, you know, it being a horror comedy. A lot of studios are like, we don't know how to market horror comedies and we can't do them. And then horror comedies come out and some of them even make money, and I'm like, okay, all right, whatever. But I think the biggest thing to point out here is that this is in no way comparable to Iron Lung, because Iron Lung is a movie written by, directed by, and starring Mark, who also, by the way, has 5 times our subscribers. Dead Meat's successful. We are not Markiplier. Anyone saying that this is the new paradigm to look at for films, for indie films, it's not. It's not replicable. No one is Markiplier. And remember, he funded that movie himself. He had the $3 million to put into that movie. I don't want to get too specific with our finances, but, you know, we have a business manager and we have been like, hey, we want to move into production. How much money could we earmark for production, producing a short film or a feature? It's not $3 million. It's low 5 figures. And we're like, okay, that's cool. Can't really do much with that. But Pregame was not written by us. It is not going to be directed by us, and we might have small parts in it, but it's not going to star us. That connection doesn't hold when we're just like, oh, we're producing it. Most people don't even know what that means. Now, if I were to write, direct, and star in something, there, maybe we would have something somewhat comparable, but again, it would probably be financed by outside sources, because we don't want to do crowdsourcing. We've always been very reluctant to. You know, you guys already support us by watching things. A lot of you are patrons. You support us that way. I don't want to keep asking for money for us to do things when we're already clearly making money, you know? You can't be like, all right, that was good. Can we have more money, please, to do other stuff? I'm not saying we'll never do it. I'm not saying if we're crowdfunding, that means we fucking sold out, dude, because we might need to at some point, but I'd rather not. So Pregame, you know, the script is there. It's very good. But I think right now the best chances for Pregame is for us to make something else first, prove Dead Meat Productions as a company that can make a feature film or some kind of narrative horror project. And then if that succeeds, be like, okay, we also want to make Pregame. And now with more credibility behind it, could probably get that made. But the fact that it wasn't written by us, wasn't directed by, or not going to be directed by us, I think it would be different if it were.